binding is connecting the ordered pages into a book or leaflet to make them sturdy, beautiful, easy to read, and to keep. There are 3 types of binding: paperback, hardcover, and mechanical binding. Paperback is a binding method using simple process to bind with a soft cover. Perfect binding is a binding method using glue on the spine to connect the sheets and the cover. Since the glue is only on the spine, the sheets can be easily torn off. Burst perfect is basically the same as perfect binding. Glue on the spine and attach the cover. The only difference is before applying the glue, punch out grooves on the spine of the book. This will allow more glue to get onto the sheets, and the binding will be stronger. Section sewing perfect binding is to sew and fold the middle parts of the pages, organize the pages into a pile, then apply glue on the spine and attach the cover. Since the pages are sewn together, this binding method is stronger than perfect binding and burst perfect binding. Although the book is strong, it cannot be opened flat. In order to bind a book that can open flat, there is lay flat perfect binding. The process also allows steps like sewing and gluing. After applying the glue, attach the spine lining first, then apply glue on the first and the last pages, and attach the cover. Both staple stitch and sewn stitch is to lay the sheets and the cover flat. Staple or stitch in the middle, then fold it in half. Side stitch and side sewn is to organize the sheets and cover the stack, then staple or sew on the side. Screw post binding usually requires a stiffer cover. Put the innards inside the cover and punch holes in the sheets and the cover. Then install the screws. Hardcover books have more techniques compared with paperback books. For example, the lining and the hard leather cover, to provide better quality in appearance and function. There are many ways to classify hardcover books. To classify according to the shape of the book's spine is relatively comprehensive. Hard spine binding, since the spine is hard and fixed, the book cannot open flat, but the printing on the spine is not easily damaged. Flexible spine binding, since the spine is flexible, it will bend as the book opens and closes. The book can be opened flat, but the printing on the spine is easily damaged. Hollow back binding, it combines the advantages of hard spine and flexible spine. When the book opens, the spine and the sheets form a hollow part, allowing the book open flat, and the printing on the spine is not easily damaged. Coptic binding. The front and the bottom of the book are mounted on cardboard. The sheets are sewn together and the stitching on the spine is exposed. The book can be opened flat. Since the spine is exposed, it is more easily damaged compared with other hardcover books. The hardcover books are well made and every part of the book has its own name. Mechanical binding refers to the binding method using special machinery to connect the printing sheets. These kinds of binding methods are more common in offices. Spiral binding is also known as coil binding. It is to bind documents with helical coil. Double loop wire, or wire O, is similar with spiral binding, but the loops become double. You can also put a cover on the outside to make it invisible. Cone binding also requires punching holes on the pages. Since the binding loops and spine are made of plastic, it usually costs less than spiral binding and double loop wire binding. Plastic grip binding is simple. Just prepare the sheets and clamp them with the plastic grip. Ring binding is to connect pages with special ring binder. There are O-ring and D-ring. You will find 2 rings and 3 rings types. Rivet binding is to connect the pages with rivets. Folding. There are many ways to fold a piece of paper. The commonly seen methods are gatefold, 8-page accordion, 8-page map fold, 8-page reverse fold, 8-page, 12-page, French fold, 8-page short fold, 12-page letter fold, 16-page, 16-page bullet, 16-page broadside. Although binding and folding are only basic processes in printing, proper use of binding and folding can bring unique charm to the printing products.